And we're back with the Gen 2 tournament for the Fleet X D&D characters. Here we have Lightning, Teal, and Lime. 2 campaigns of Teal, actually. So these are the more recent, new, and some one-off campaigns, but still a lot of characters. A little more diverse than the first time, actually, I think.
Yeah, well, we had one extra game to work with, and the characters were, I don't want to say disposable in a lot of cases, but they were made quicker in the sense that they, they were kind of made essentially to be somewhat disposable.
As a result, we have a lot of interesting experimentation as far as builds go.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to put the same level of commitment in as like a major story arcing campaign, but people definitely put effort into creation. A lot of good characters.
Yeah, and the Teal campaign's looking to be a bit of a mainstay as far as what we've been playing. I think we put in more Teal sessions in the last couple of months than any other campaign together.
Yeah, I mean, David's been pretty prolific with the hosting. I think he really enjoys. He enjoys hosting. I was trying to think of a different word, but everything that came to my mind was tricking and deceitful. So
that's certainly how he builds his PCs there.
Yeah, he enjoys it. It's good though. I enjoy his campaigns too. When I made my first character in his campaign, I didn't know it was going to be an ongoing thing. So I had to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody realized how awesome that campaign was going to be. Although, right from the get-go, we have Gan Ning from Lightning versus Edmund from Lime. I think Lime was Tom's one-off. I think it lasted 1 or 2 sessions with 4 PCs, and Lightning has been a big one-off campaign that's, I think it's up to 6 sessions now that you've been hosting, Nick, with higher-level characters. What can you tell me about these guys?
Well, Lightning is basically just a campaign that I created so that we could have a high-level battle simulator, almost. All the backstory is just put together as you guys are a crew of a mercenary airship, and you get to fly around, and I get to make up awesome scenarios. So you don't have to travel, just kind of drop into badassery. And it's been really rewarding as a campaign, because it does require a decent amount of work. I was about to say it doesn't. It's easy to do, but I put a lot of effort into the levels. But we can put it to bed for a long time, which is really rewarding, and then pick it back up with the same gusto.
Yeah, no, it's been a super hype campaign to take part in. I think Gan Ning coming in here from Kirk's side. It's ironic that he picked another dual-wielding fighter for his second character, but this one uses pistols instead of swords.
A barbarian ranger.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a barbarian fighter. He took a scout fighter, ancestral protector, barbarian, which actually Nosgoth as well as ancestral protector. It's a neat little build that lets him kind of shoot people and then kind of tank them at the same time, so it prevents the people he shoots from attacking anybody else.
Yeah, it's a pretty wicked combination. I remember him asking him what kind of magic weapon he wanted, and he's like, I want a gun. I want a gun that I don't really have to reload, because reloading sucks. I'm like, okay. So, that's the magical effect you would like? He's like, yeah, I don't want to have to reload. And that's what he got, and he shoots a rapid amount of bullets.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's another brutally efficient character in those campaigns. And Edmund here had a short stay. He was David's character from he's from Lime, actually.
Yeah, so he was part of the Black Company in David's one-off. So he ran
Tom's one-off.
Tom's one-off.
Oh my god, and his fucking maul that he loves so much.
We went straight into a dungeon in that and ended up fighting a Baylor. And I think only Ark ended up being the sole survivor of that campaign.
Yeah, it was a bloody campaign, to be sure. Edmund here, holy shit! Poor Gan Ning. Edmund just eviscerated him. He had such a nice coat, too. He just destroyed it. Well, cursed characters do like to fight with low armor, so... Maybe this will work out
It's
for
not
him.
really his style to have a shirt. So this will be better. But yeah, I believe Edmund was
Jeez.
a human paladin.
He was I think he was a warrior cleric, I want to say. Maybe, maybe he was a paladin. I honestly am having a hard time remembering what Edmund did besides beat shit up with his maul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that Gan Ning though. Shit. That was some aerial combat. With the
Gan
gun
Ning had
too.
Quite a few moments in Lightning episode 1 where he was one of the, like, he noticed that the child was being abducted. He had like great battlefield sense and understood the map layout quickly and was able to like cut them off and save the second child.
Oh, that's really
I don't think
true.
with him that you guys would have even noticed that
No.
like the child had been like taken from the room. You would have ended up fighting the demons and probably like killed yourselves in the effort. Yeah, and he's
Oh!
like, whoa, like we gotta go around. And he essentially saved the day at the end of that campaign.
Alas, he couldn't save the day here in this battle. No, you're right though. It
No,
seems like a
Edmund
lot of
makes
with
it
cursed
very
characters, they're really good about picking things up and going off on like solo sort of excursions.
Mm-hmm.
Edmund, though, I know is a very boastful character. He finally, you know, earned his keep here. Besting Gan Ning.
We'll see how he does later in the tournament.
Yeah, that was over a lot faster than I thought it would be. Moving forward. Shit, next we have another member from Edmund's campaign there in Lyme. We have Ark against Ren, who is Ashton's character from David's Teal game. You have a lot to say about Ark, I know.
Well, Ark is a fun character. He was a Warforged Eberron robot, and he is a wizard, spellcaster, evocation specialist, which I really didn't get to like play on much because we didn't fight many mass enemies, I guess. Like I really designed him to just be like a stealthy scout and a mass destroyer. And we ended up like stumbling our way through a dungeon and then fighting one boss, and I was like, oh, he was kind of out of his element a little bit. But I had a lot of fun making him as a character. My first wizard.
Honestly, your
That
out
was
of
pretty fun.
combat aspect of playing Ark was really, really fun. I thought you RP'd him really well, and he was able to find a lot of traps early on with just like his intangibles. Because we had 2 wizards, I think, in that campaign, but like Ark felt key to everything.
Well, I suppose, in a sense, like I made him a scout specialist and basically like a computer scanner.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that kind of played well. In a sense that, because we were walking through a dungeon filled with traps, so I guess, yeah, that was a strength for sure.
And also we have Ren here, who's Ashton's gnome druid, who quote from Ashton, speaks in grunts. He actually I think you'll enjoy what I did with him for his SoulCal build here. He turns into a bear a lot in our games. Does a lot of crazy shit. He has a brick. It's really weird.
Was this Ashton's first character? No.
Yeah, actually, he hasn't played D&D before this.
Okay.
So, like, this is, I
it's
love
hard to
seeing
gauge.
what he came up with for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at him here.
Statistically, his character is strong. Role-playing wise, I don't know much about him.
Aside from
Other
the
than
brick.
the fact that he loves this.
He loves this brick.
That seems to call enemies upon us at random times.
Yeah,
Hard
it's
to know whether he's a bad guy or not.
yeah, he keeps to himself. He's not a very social creature, being essentially a gnome hermit druid.
Mhm.
But look at Ark. What do you think of this guy?
Oh, it's impressive. I mean, it's pretty much the picture I gave for the game as well. I even made him wear like little spectacles.
There it is. Oh, look at the stance though. Oh, wow, that
He's
was
a very classy robot.
He is a very classy robot. He's got the book. He's got a little bit of clothes. He's got the spectacles. Ren's got some spectacles too, but he's a savage.
Yeah,
Jeez, Ark's
that's
picking
fair.
him apart right now though. Look at him go.
This weapon class has really been holding its own.
Oh! Look at him go.
my.
See, that's...
That's
Oh my god! With robotic precision on that.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Not my
that.
food down there during that match.
Is that hype, eh?
Yep.
Oh, I'm
On the edge of my seat.
getting ahead of
I'll
myself
have to
here.
watch Rem with his bear claw, see if he can bring it back.
Yeah. The bear claws. And the bear grunts. I hope Ashton would be proud.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, Ark is just a force. Oh,
Yeah,
here
I
we
think
go.
The Baylor exploded at the end of the campaign with Ark and Edmund and
Beridas with the other one, yeah.
Beridas. And then I think I was the only one who made the deck save and didn't take the full damage.
Yeah, they're the only survivor from that whole campaign. And hell, yeah, showing it here. Like, he just obliterated Ren.
Yeah, so that weapon class is fierce. That was Avola's winning one for the Gen 1.
Yeah.
Can't take it lightly.
Yeah, a lot of the casters have it. Alfonso has this one as well, so we'll see how well it serves him in his match. But
Fair
damn,
enough.
yeah, that's... You know, Ark has always been on top of situations.
I mean,
Just cold,
doesn't miss
calculated,
much.
powerful.
yeah, I think I gave him the feat where he's alert as well, because I thought that was prevalent for a robot who doesn't really need to sleep.
Yeah,
And so,
absolutely.
like, I don't think I could ever be surprised in combat, or I'm not sure which one it gives, like, a bonus to perception or initiative.
The scanners are always active.
Exactly.
Oh, you have another one of your characters coming up here. We have Vasilio versus Cross. So Cross
Okay.
was from David's first one-off. Cross and Tillac coming up were essentially responsible for guiding this kingdom through both its creation and defending itself from a demon curse that ended up coming up. Cross is a bard who fights with a sword and hand crossbow and spells. So he essentially isn't optimized to do anything besides a bit of an experimental character to see how all these things can work in conjunction. And honestly, the fact that Tom and I managed to succeed in this campaign is astounding to to both of us. But it worked out somehow. Vasilio is hype is all hell. That's your bard, and I think it's a
Yeah.
much better play on how bards are supposed to work.
Well, I mean, I didn't get to see your interpretation of it, but I did go from my... He's like a combination of different bards that I've seen in the books. I say seen, but heard or had described to me. Like, you read the Haunted Land series, so
Oh my god. Yeah.
Barabbas? I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, Barabbas.
Is it Barabbas? Yeah.
I think
He
it-
was like a fighting bard.
Oh, I love that
He
character.
kind of inspired Vasilio to an extent. He's been like slightly influenced by the idea of the Harpers and like their magical bard heroics.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he's
He
just like a
envelops them.
showboating wanderer who's looking for fame. He's one of the first characters that I've made that doesn't really have a motivation other than to be famous.
Just to be a hero.
Like, he's just really, he really is my most heroic character, even though he's a complete idiot. Like, he just showed up to help out. Doesn't really care about rewards. He's just trying to make a name for himself, which is kind of a selfish outlook, but at the same time, he's there to help.
Yeah. And that's honestly, that's what a lot of narcissistic heroes would be. I don't want to. Well, he is narcissistic, but that's
Oh, yeah.
a valid
the
character
max.
type, and it's great to see some characters that aren't just like the goody two shoe. Like, I'm gonna save people because they need to be saved.
Yeah.
It's interesting this way. It's good to have variation.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to come at it from a different angle. I was like, I want to make a lawful good guy, but I don't want him to just show up and be a wet blanket for the sake of being a wet blanket.
He certainly is not a wet blanket. He's something else altogether.
Yeah, he either takes charge and just takes action or just doesn't pay attention at all.
That's funny. Yeah, and what do you think of his look here? Fighting. Like, these are two lightly armored, fancifully dressed bards.
Yeah.
And he
Pretty
just
appropriate.
launched Cross! He launched him! Through the
I did
air!
not see that coming. Came out of
Jeez.
nowhere, winning the victory there. But yeah, Vasilio, he's kind of a combination of like elegance and wilderness as well. He's a bit of a wanderer. I don't know if I described him in that manner during the game, but that's how I see him. Like a bit more like a hopeful ranger maybe, but more of a bard.
Yeah, a little bit of a woodsman. I honestly, when I met Vasilio, I thought, like, you lived in that bar. Just from
In
how
that
you
bar?
ran it. Yeah. It's like, yeah, must be where you work every day. We're just meeting you because you're just here. But you just own every place he walks
I was
into.
going for with him. Like he's just at home anywhere. He doesn't really care
Oh
about
my
what's
god.
going on as long as he's the center of attention.
That was really close from
Yeah,
cross.
down to the wire.
Vasilio almost ended it there, and now he's topless.
Now he's angry.
Yeah, he's fiercing up. He's got 2 special bars. We're gonna see how it goes.
Just kidding. He did that on purpose.
That's a very Vasilio way to look about this situation.
Yeah, I always like where Revan comes at things with a negative and cynical survivalist way of thinking. Vasilio comes at it with more of a positivity. How I can make myself greater in the events that this happens.
Oh! What a way to finish it. Great, you have made yourself. That's exactly what Vasilio thought was going to happen, I'm sure.
Of course, he had no doubt. And that's the beauty of his character. The luck feat actually adds to it a lot. It makes me super confident that I won't just die. And eat my words.
He does not make a fool of himself, that's for sure. As much as Alfonso would like to say to the contrary.
Yeah, Alfonso will learn.
He'll figure it
Learn
out.
my greatness.
He'll come around.
Yeah, no, I think about what I wouldn't say when I think about Vasilio and then say it.
Damn it, man, I'm taking a sip. That was brutal. Fucking hell. Well, next up we have 2 more teal characters. We got Tillac, who is Cross's companion from David's one-off. And then we have Kreyha, who is Vasilio's companion for David's mainstay game. So these are actually 2 non-humans. Tillac is, I don't forget what the race is called, but they're bird people. And Tom plays this guy in a hilarious fashion in that he speaks like a parrot. So, like, he doesn't say anything except repeat what people around him say, and he picks his words carefully. So being with Tom while he played this character was hilarious. He's a warlock, too. A warlock who fights with, like, this Egyptian Kopesh sword.
Okay.
Just blew my mind. It was, and, like, this is me and Tom playing this game, so literally he was the only person I had to bounce ideas off of.
He's like repeating you.
Like, God damn it! Like,
all right, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, so like, I guess I'm gonna negotiate with these people as the charismatic bard. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, that's literally when I made you read the Haunted Lands, right? So you were hype on Bard.
Oh, I was so hype on Bard, yeah. And then we had, that was his time to shine. Then we have Kreyha here, who is, I fucking love making Kreyha. She's a centaur, which Soul Calibur doesn't really support, but you'll see what I did with it. I'm actually really proud of the character. But she is now a Rune Knight fighter. Outlander, who kind of like left her people to just wander because her tribe was just very against her morality, like prejudice, and she wanted none of that. So she decided to wander the world and eventually stumbled into 10 towns where Vasilio is, and they've been going on some adventures since then. Having a blast.
Yeah. It's quite an exciting time. I actually thought about Kreyha today. Because I was watching Parks and Rec, and there's an episode where Leslie Knope is painted as a centaur, like in the nude, and they want to destroy it.
Oh fuck! Why would you destroy such a work of art?
Yeah, but it just made me think Kreyha, and I'm like, I never really think about the fact that she's a human on the top.
Yeah, she's got all the parts. Just has
Yeah.
lots of legs.
A single
And is
So-
very tall and muscular.
Vasilio should have given her more attention, I think.
I want to finish this up.
Now that I can picture her more as a female.
Here it is. Picture her as this with more legs. And we'll have new interactions next week.
There you go.
Yeah, she fights
I
with
remember
a lance and a sword when they get in too close.
Mm-hmm.
So she's coming in fierce with those attacks. Jesus Christ.
I remember you made her specifically with essentially being a cavalry because
Yeah.
she's a centaur.
Yeah, so
But
she's like
then
got some hit and
having
run.
such limited ability to utilize that so far in David's like dungeon crawling episodes.
And it's funny too because it's like we got like a wizard and a druid and a bard. And Sean has a paladin. So like I seem like yeah, he'll be the tank, but there's been a couple sessions he wasn't there and then like he plays his paladin very strangely. So like Kreyha's been in a weird spot where it's like, yeah, I gotta just hold this corridor for like a couple of years and I'll drop the lance for a while. Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Tillac
we'll
bringing
make
it up.
work. That quickly turned
We'll make it
around.
work.
Yeah, Sean plays his paladin like a barbarian.
That's no, true. Oh my god.
But
We can talk about that
it
play
makes
style when
sense
we get
because
to
there's
top
like
off
two
of.
other mains are bards. But yeah,
Oh,
I
look.
remember Kreyha trying to use her lance for the first 3 sessions.
Jesus,
Yeah.
here we go though.
Oh, I'm finally getting it.
So
Having-
she's utilizing her giant runes right now from her rune knight class, and they're giving her a little bit of a boost. It's been a joy to use her lance when it works.
Oh yeah, I saw you
It's-
hit a few people with it by now. And
Oh, there he is. It's hard to do it because like you can't use it in melee converse to like most pole arms.
Mhm.
So like you can use it until they break rank. So like trying to get that mobility to work is it's been a challenge that it's made playing her a lot more interesting than I think a lot of fighters could have been.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
she takes her match. I'm glad she did. I'm stoked for Kreyha in this bracket.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when she comes up against Vasilio.
Oh
greatness.
yeah, that is next. That is next. Vasilio's greatness cannot be denied. So next up we have Pax versus Ottoman. Ottoman being Sean's aforementioned paladin. What can you tell me about Pax?
Well, Pax was Tara's character in Lightning, so she started out as a level 8, I want to say pure ranger,
Yep.
but yeah, okay, was a pure ranger, and then she made a tiefling. I can't remember her exact background, but
Yeah, I know she was a
She-
tiefling. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I know she respects authority to the nines.
yeah, we talked about that last session.
Yeah, that came up
And-
recently.
I gave her a bit of background as like one of the longer standing members of the airship, and basically like animal handler. I don't know how many animals they would have. Maybe
Well,
like
they have the griffins on ship, right?
yeah, and they're a new addition in episode 1, kind of thing. So maybe they had one griffin for a longer time, but yeah, gave her that added backstory that she handles the griffins and gave her a brother on the ship. But for her character, it was actually really cool to see the character that she built, because she was a really good addition to the team. Super supportive with her bow, and then she had traps, and she was tactical. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been a hell of a fighter in Lightning, and Lightning being one of the more tactical games that we've had. That whole string, it was super intense.
Yeah, tried to make it so just because there really wasn't much RP. So
Yeah, we
failed
found
the
our
battle.
way.
I really wanted to punish you. That's it.
Hell of a session it was. Ottoman here, a very strange character. It's Sean's elf dentist paladin, blindly following Bahamut. Similar to Calyx, but in a very different manner, actually.
Mm. Yeah, it just shows the the different design of players when they make their character, and what they value essentially. Tom is hardcore when it comes to his role playing, keeping his characters in find the right words.
Well, deep and emotional, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean is on the other end of the spectrum, where I think it's just about having fun with the boys, playing it like a game. Because Ottoman seems like a pretty shallow character, but has a lot of fun in the actual battles.
Oh yeah, yeah, and dives in there, saves the day, lays on hands.
You won't get any pity from me.
You know, he's definitely a valued member of our team.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad somebody else can stand in the gates when Kreyha is not ready to do that.
But yeah. Tom really goes all out with his character's roleplay. Sometimes it's super fun, and sometimes it's kind of annoying, like Angel.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
No, you cannot steal from us.
Please. Pax, I thought, was an interesting design character, because, like, oh, and she takes a win here. Just even from, like, the imagery that Tara had, like, she's, like, a very, like, finely dressed, but animal handler, and a tiefling. Like, it was, like, such, like, a contrast that you don't see. It really separates her from someone like Evola, comes at her from the other end of the spectrum. Like,
That's true, yeah. She
gowns.
went tiefling, like, elegant, magic user.
Yeah. Like, this is actually a battle of two very finely dressed characters clashing here. You know, Ottoman really trying to pull some teeth out of Pax here, and instead pulling off her shirt. Damn. What a savage.
Yeah, I remember Pax, I think the most memorable moment was like session 3 of episode 1, Lightning, where she did those arrows that like trapped the door. I don't even know if they came to fruition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the coolest spell ever.
Yeah, it was like this booby trap, covered our backs. It, like, even if it didn't do anything, at the very least, it gave us the confidence to move forward, which at that stage in the session, like, it was scary tense.
Yeah. I really didn't know where you guys were going to go or how you were going to do it, but Car kept her calm and then used our actual abilities to maintain a level of focus on the team. It was good.
Yeah.
I'm sure Dr. Ottoman will come into saving us in the days to come. Got some moves. Paladins are just strong as hell.
The man just called Bahamut.
Yep.
This is an actually really tense battle. Oh my god, Pax is on the edge.
See? It's on the down to the wire here.
Oh!
Oh.
There it is. Lightning strikes for the first time.
Yeah, like she's got that new magic item in my game. I'm really interested to see what she does with it. Like I wasn't sure if she was gonna like it because it's not the same as the other items I made that session.
Yeah.
It's the only non-weapon, I guess. The only accessory.
Honestly, it's fucking dope. I think.
Yeah.
Immediately
I thought it was,
used
like, the
it.
coolest thing I had come up with in a while. I was like, because you could use it for like so many silly things, but at the same time, it could be super effective.
So that was a rope that was like a booby trap that catches on fire, for reference, because I think only you and I know what this is.
Oh yeah. It was a magic item just recently created the last session of Lightning, and it's essentially a spool she wears on her belt, and if it's attuned to the wearer, it never runs out cord. You can also trap it.
Oh, beautiful.
So she can set up traps. It fixes to things magically and then bursts into flame on contact. It's a pretty fun little device, and really it can be super creative. Cause like I thought, as an airship person, you could essentially just spool the rope down to like from the airship. If Pax was the one on the top, she could like roll like 300 feet of rope out, and I'd be like, yeah, the device supports that.
Sure, yeah. So next up we have Alfonso, who we've mentioned before, and Felix, who is the new addition to the Lightning campaign. We just played with him this week. What do you think about those guys? I know you have a lot to say about Alfonso being little bit of a feud between Vasilio and Alfonso.
I wouldn't say feud. I'd say
To the stage of history
um,
retold.
a slow coming around. A grinding love.
A grinding love. Oh, damn.
We'll work our way there. He's just jealous, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Is it my turn yet?
So he is, Alfonso is I believe it's an evocation wizard. So he is an estranged noble who's rich and very vain, kind of joining this group while he wanders around in search of a way to kind of regain his standing. And has been, you know, fairly disrespectful to the other players or party members around him. But, you know, certainly been a valuable member of the team, regardless, in this group of misfits we have in Teal.
I was just about to say, like, honestly, as, like, I play Vasilio abrasively, and I know this.
It's amazing to see these
And I
two
have
interact.
no, like, dislike for Clayton and his PC.
Oh, of course not.
Disliking Vasilio makes perfect sense.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's a breath of fresh air having him in the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Because sticking to role-playing and doing it properly doesn't give Vasilio a lot of depth.
Yo, and it's a new side of characters that you get to really see, because like normally you come in with a group of party and all your friends, and it's like, yeah, we're all just goody two shoes, loving each other, but like this shows an interesting aspect of characters, and when it's done well and it's not done against the party, like this is a feud. This like it's strictly through RP, but you're still gonna save each other when it comes down to it. Like it's not gonna cause fights, so like it's just a beautiful interaction to see.
Yeah, it's just kind of
love
funny.
it.
I mean,
It's
it's
so
more
funny.
of a realistic view on how a party would be.
Yeah,
Like, there's
Group
not
of
enough
misfits.
animosity for us to start fighting or losing our cool on the battlefield by any means.
it's just jabs.
Alfonso also does get annoying for the proper reasons. That's fine.
Oh, it's hilarious. I love playing in that game. And Felix, we have here in Lightning. I think he just had one session under his belt right now, so I just actually made his character this week. He's a monk who fights with his fists, but carries a bunch of weapons from, I guess, his history of being a military advisor, who nobody listens to.
What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, yeah, I suppose that is. Yeah, that's the backstory that David gave us. Like, so far, he's garnered a bit of respect straight off at the gate, because I see the crew of the Lightning in the game having a lot of respect right off the bat. So
Yeah, so they're certainly more powerful than the rank and file like soldiers that we've come to sort of back up. Oh my god, but Alfonso is just so powerful coming in on poor Felix. Damn. Maybe you should start using those weapons on your back.
yeah, I mean, David just made his character, and so he made a level 9 monk.
Yes,
He
Tranquility
specifically
Monk.
told me that he wanted to not use weapons, but he wanted to have his magical gift be a weapon. He used was like doomsday essentially for the enemy. Right, like if he needs to pull this thing out, then he wants it to be like for basically a fight that he couldn't win otherwise.
It's
But
actually.
then he also asked me to put utility magic on it as opposed to any sort of offensive magic.
Oh damn, Alfonso crushes it.
Claim victory.
So David's goal was to be less optimal than he could be.
But that's actually been the story of all of his characters. They've all been about like trying out gimmicks and making fun RP situations and a lot of stuff like that. So big respect for that. It makes it interesting, better than just
And
like
a lot.
metagaming all the
Yeah.
time.
I'm definitely with you. It's definitely nice to have that level of variety, especially like not everybody's coming at it from a min-max perspective.
It
Like, yeah.
it reminds me of probably nobody's gonna get this reference, but there's a game called Tales of Symphonia where there's a character who joins your party, and he's handcuffed. Even when he joins you, like he's like, no, keep the handcuffs on. He fights with his legs. He kicks people, and then there just comes to a part where like you're in prison, and he's like, okay, now I have to use my hands because we gotta save the world. So he breaks it, and it's like straight up Kamehamehas and like obliterates everything. He's like, yeah, I shouldn't use these because they're too powerful. It's like, oh god, like principled, like nerfing yourself. Like that's what like Felix seems like to me a little bit.
That's exactly the impression that David gave me when he was talking about how and what he wanted from his character. And I was honestly like it takes me a second to like understand properly. Like I think I misunderstand when people tell me things like that.
Like, wait, are you sure?
Like you want a sword, like a weapon you're not proficient in? He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
That makes it funnier and less enticing to use. And I'm like, huh. I never would have thought of that because I don't think like that.
Yeah, it's like we want to be proficient when we play, right? We want to exert our will in a very strong manner.
And if I'm going to like do something RP, I'm going to do something that I'm also proficient in. Like it's just going to be like another aspect that I consider, and not something that I don't know. I don't know if there's a differentiation I'm even making now.
Well, like it's interesting that like playing the one-offs like lets you go down that road. It's like I'm just gonna try this, see if it sticks, because it's not a big commitment. Like when you make a character in Red and you play it for like the next 2 years of your life.
Yeah. And in the one-offs, you're like, I like this concept. Let's see if it appeals to me in game.
Yeah. So coming up here, we have Tall Papa from Lightning and Beridas from Lime. Beridas being Ark's companion, Ark and Edmund, rather. He is the character I made. He's a Gloomstalker ranger who uses a greatsword. I was really stoked about him. So he essentially just lived in the Underdark for a while and learned how to fight against demons. And well, he was essentially in exile from his kingdom. And just fights brutally with his ambush style. Tall Papa is hilarious. He's one of Sean's characters from Lightning. Why'd you tell me about Tall Papa? What
did you just say?
I said, why don't you tell me a bit about Tall Papa?
Oh, okay, yeah.
This motherfucker.
Tall Papa is Sean's second barbarian, I believe. And a bit more refined than his first one. Only a little bit. He was a human barbarian, and he decided that he would be the chef on the airship.
He's the chef.
Lightning. And so he's also the strongest crew member on the ship. And therefore he's a member of like the frontline vanguard. So he's the chef and the frontline vanguard. And Sean really loves to throw things in the game. He showed me that by trying to grab rocks, anything that wasn't bolted down, people, anything. He wanted to throw it.
I think you'll like the weapon that I gave him, because like I don't know, I didn't know. I was just gonna give him the most unconventional thing. You know, you can fight with a fucking column. I don't know. Like
I don't know if this was an intentional battle style that Sean came up with beforehand or when he started the game, but he just wanted to light things on fire and throw shit.
Yeah, yeah, he had the alchemist fire. He fucking lit that whole castle
gave him
up.
A hammer that he could throw, and then when it hits things, it lights them on fire.
Oh, it's so perfect. So here we go. Look at that. Look at that weapon.
Some sort of badass magical item, so that I'm happy and everyone will be happy. Because essentially, you know, he like would try to do things outside of like the bounds of D&D rules, and so like without rules written for them, like it was hard to keep it balanced.
Yeah, just really just figuring shit out on the fly of how this man's gonna act. It's funny to see these guys face off here.
I hit them with a table. Oh, okay.
All right.
You are a big badass man. The table would hurt.
It's working out so far. He got one up on the very disciplined warrior that is Beridas.
Yeah, I mean Beridas was a badass when we actually played in the campaign. I still have like pretty vivid memory of like picturing him like stealthing in on demons in the front line, because like that's basically how we had him advance in like every part of that dungeon. So we weren't sure like we started the dungeon, and immediately spores popped and killed my familiar, and that was it for me. I'm like, okay, we're not taking any more chances.
Oh, and like playing Beridas was just an absolute joy because like I kind of wouldn't mind playing him again because like his whole fighting style is all about just like sneaking in, taking the initiative, and ending the fight in one turn. Like that was like what his whole optimization was, and I never played anybody like that before. Like it's like an agile greatsword fighter almost. Oh my god, this is gonna be. He's on the edge though.
He reminds me of a Blade Master from Warcraft 3.
Oh, you're right too, eh?
With Windwalk and the fucking heavy hits, and then I don't know if he had like illusionary magic at the same time, but
oh my god, this is tense.
down to the
Yes, Beridas.
great sword fights.
I'm not biased at all.
That was good. I honestly I didn't even realize who was who at the end there. It's like
It was just a swing of giant objects.
yeah, I'm like oh god.
Swinging around.
If either of them come out of this, bravo.
This is a battle that no one wins. God damn. What a fight. Tall Papa, you gave it your all.
Yep, nope, solid. He didn't have his throwing hammer yet, so.
That's true. Yeah, this is pre-throwing hammer, Tall Papa.
Yep.
So that, I believe, is both of Sean's characters out.
Ooh. Rough.
And shit, 2 of my characters forward.
Nice.
Next up, we have we got Norbalar, who is Rem's druid, who's really hype, and Lumarosa, who's my Tempest cleric from Lightning. These are both Lightning characters from the original Lightning campaign. Both very powerful spellcasters.
Yeah, Norbalar was my buddy's first character. In his first game of D&D that I made a level 8 character on.
It's not intimidating at all.
Yeah, I shouldn't have let him be a spellcaster, I think. I made him be a rogue or a warrior. Something martial fighting where his abilities were essentially passive.
Like a monk.
Yeah. Like something badass still, so he would have enjoyed it. And like he had a great time regardless, but
Honestly, Norbalar ended up doing a lot of the more strategical plays in that session, though. Like with his water sphere and like his turning into a bird and escaping and scouting the place out as a spider. Like Norbalar was legit.
Man, I knew my buddy would be into it because like every time we go over, we talk about like StarCraft and strategy games. And, like, I knew he would enjoy it and be decent at it. But again, if he had started at level 1, he probably would have been a pro. But making him do like a level 8 is a lot.
It's so much to do. So this one, Lumarosa, I'd had so much fun with. She's optimized. She's technically a cleric, but like the way she fights is just through like intense blasts of lightning and like spellcasting death, but at the same time being extremely resilient to attacks and strong in melee as well, just because of that. Like she has like a hammer and like booming blade and can do all sorts. I guess she's the de facto leader of the Vanguard as far as Colvance dictated, for better for worse.
Yeah, I mean, just because Lightning was such a tactical game, I wanted to essentially give you guys like a team lead so that you could, you know, build that like strategy essentially. Without a leader, it's hard to even like come together.
No, you're right. And like that was a crazy campaign for the tactics. Like I still think about that, about like how close it was and how like every decision meant so much, and just like we used every single one of our tools as level 8s, which was a lot. We killed like 2 or 3 boss battles, like all the fucking denizens, and Norbalar's obliterating right now. This man.
No, it was an intense fight.
Lumarosa's been stripped of her armor. Like, shit.
It's rough right off the bat there. I was thinking about Lightning the other day because I was setting up the campaign. I actually forgot that you were a healer.
Yeah, I technically had healing.
Like, oh, they don't have a healer. Like, that's gonna be hard. And I'm like, well, wait, no, Troy's a cleric. It's Storm cleric, but
yeah, like I rarely use heals in combat, but it was just there to kind of pick people up when it got down. Like I use a lot of like buffs, like that bless spell, like unreal. Like when I use bless on like Pax and Gan Ning, like it shredded everything in that room. Like,
yeah, okay. At the end of episode 1, man.
Yeah, she's a cleric, but she doesn't feel like one, which I like.
Oh,
here
yeah.
we go. Here's some lightning moves right here.
They put some serious classes in for the cleric. Like I feel like the cleric is the best dip if you have the wisdom for it.
Oh, I think I'm inclined to agree.
Like
It's
they just
insane.
get so powerful at level 1. They do not mess around.
Yeah, because like Revan took a cleric level dip, and honestly, that utility has saved the red party so many times I can't even count.
It was just a.
Oh, Norbalar.
It took me a long time to decide whether I was going to do that too, because it's like a big decision to put a full level into like cleric just for the healing. But we had so many damage dealers in red that somebody had to make that call. Otherwise, we weren't going to get through these fights. Basically, we had to hit paladin. Oh, Lumarosa just coming out on top.
Damn, that was crazy. He just baited out Norbalar's debuff there and just blew him away. No blocking that. Lumarosa
Left and
is
right. See, he tried to dodge.
powerful. He
The most
tried.
recent late day guys still have like a pretty good image of you like summoning the storm and just like blasting 3 goblins at a time. I think he scorched
my
like 6 or 9
God.
goblins in the last session.
Call lightning, like that move was made for siege situations. Cause like, what is it like? It's a 10-minute concentration spell with a 60 radius. Just every turn, just blow shit up. Like, what more could you want? And like that anticipation for that move has been like almost a year in the making. Cause like we couldn't use it in the first campaign. I was like, this is gonna be great.
The assault.
Yeah, we were indoors and like we couldn't really do much outside, and just
that was
bonkers.
Another draw for this the second episode for me to do like a siege campaign. It's like quite a bit different than the offensive one I put you guys into last time.
It's such a cool situation.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the next session.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do it pretty soon. Like I have some free time into the new year, so definitely consider then.
Yeah, we'll see how she goes.
Back to the
Hopefully
fights
we'll
here.
get it soon. Yeah, we have Ark versus Edmund, the 2 remaining members of Lime. So you get to talk about your boy Ark for a bit more here, as he fights for dominance among the Lime crew.
The second section of Ark's life after he was the sole survivor in the original campaign he existed in was the fact that I adopted him as a character I made and stuck him in lightning.
I do love that.
As like the ship's artificer. And so like now I use Ark as like one of the few known characters in lightning, and I don't know if I actually voiced this in the campaign itself, but Ark is the one who got you guys the enchanted items, and like made them.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
In combination with like him and other mages on the ship, but mostly him.
I think Ark was actually the first like cross-campaign character who like went from that universe over to Lightning. It was like, oh, I know that NPC, even if it was just me who knew him.
I mean, it essentially just was like a wink to you at the end of it. I think I attempted to resurrect Beridas in the same form of a Warforge.
Yeah.
So
we haven't seen him pan out too much yet, but I'm sure.
Yeah, I
he'll come
didn't
into
want
play.
to like put him in too heavily yet, but I do have like one of the missions where he would be a prevalent character. But that's something I would want to discuss with you and how he behaved.
Oh, absolutely.
When we brought him in.
But maybe I'll play him again someday.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly had that concept in mind, but that I also didn't know how Beridas would react to being resurrected. So I'm like, well, I'm going to tell you, see what he says.
Yeah. No, it's been a hell of a situation, I'm sure, for Beridas.
Yeah, I mean, I know
dying and coming back into a robot. Oh, I love the character. I probably invested way too much into him for what a one-off was, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, even in one-offs, you don't expect them to necessarily die at the end.
Yeah. It's like, where's my happy ending? No! Oh, fuck. Here we go,
right?
though.
Like, that character could always live on in memory as a hero. You don't necessarily have to pick him back up to love him. but the fact that he dies in a D&D campaign is pretty definitive, especially with like how we view the game.
Damn, Ark is just eviscerating Edmund right now.
I mean, that class, man. I don't know what to say. That the combination of weapons that like fly through the air, it's been ruthless in these battles.
Yeah. Yeah, and like normal fucking Edmund using Astaroth's class as well. That one's been a dominant one in the last tournament. But this is actually this is essentially the same as the final match of Gen 1. We'll see if Edmund can turn it around. But it looks like Ark is just he's just red Edmund piece to piece.
Well, Edmund hanging in there. He's got a special. We'll see if he uses that.
Yeah. Like Edmund's a cocky fighter, but Ark,
No,
he's just programmed to be better.
I mean, he doesn't mess around. Right from the get-go, he was a soldier. And he only knows combat.
Yeah.
Till he was able to, like, be released. I guess I said in his backstory that he was set for decommission after he questioned authority. So he's essentially a model that was built with high intelligence and spellcasting in mind.
Yeah.
But when you do that type of thing, at least in my backstory, you open up the door to the machine questioning.
Sentience.
Yeah. The more intelligence and AI that you give something, the more chance it decides that that's not the way it should be.
And Ark straight up left the dimension. Like he's attained so much initiative.
Yeah, I mean, I never really got into how that happened, but
I think the end of the Lime campaign essentially gave dimension hopping powers to the players just from where they fought the Balor. It's sort of like a bridge between universes, because that was like the Balor's prison, right?
Mm-hmm. Do remember something like that.
But damn.
A combination of choosing the planes of existence. But yeah, I essentially brought Ark to lightning, and then said that Eberron was, well, in other words, Tom's world.
Yeah.
And whatever Tom wants to call it, that's fine. They could have a different name for it, but we know it as Eberron in our campaign now. So
perfect.
Like I thought it was an interesting way to look at what Tom's world is and how it connects to Faerun and Toril.
Welcome to the stage of history.
I think that's a fine way of putting it, because that's where the Warforged are, right? There's no other explanation for what those are in Faerun. I'm sure, like, if Ark walked up to anybody in Sembia or Mirabar or anything, maybe like the Golem kind of, what are you? Like,
yeah, that's exactly it. And like based on the books and the lore that I understand, there are no Warforged in Faerun. Yeah, Faerun is the central area. There's no Warforged in Toril.
No,
as far as I know.
Not at all.
Like that's the entire world. I don't know if you've seen like the world maps, but Faerun is essentially Europe.
Oh, it's the continent.
That's fair. Like if you look at like Toril as a full world map, like it has Australia, North America, and Faerun is like the central section. Yeah,
that's pretty hype.
I
guess moving on from that, we have Vasilio and Kreyha fighting from Teal. These are two party members. The Bard and the Warrior here.
Oh, and, the rematch. We actually had a little battle in David's game that I was not.
That's true.
Well, yeah,
we had a sparring match, that
like,
you probably shouldn't have accepted.
Well, I beg to differ. I think you just got lucky.
No, aren't you the Lady Luck kind of worshiper here? We'll see how it goes.
I should have used my luck rolls on that.
Well,
David re-rolled.
Here is the rematch that you've been desiring. We'll see how this one goes.
Better watch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you said let's duel, and my guy was like at 4 health, and I'm like, okay, in the morning. And then in the morning I totally forgot because we like talked about many things. Like 15 minutes later, you're like, okay, time to duel. I'm like, oh yeah, well it's go time. So I started thinking about like what magic I would try and use on you, and like how I'd play this out, and then David just made us flip a coin. He's wins. I got Kreyha wins. I'm like, wow, that's not how I thought it was.
There's no
planned."
tactics. It's just
No.
50-50. I guess it's good for brevity at that point, but
Yeah, I mean, obviously we weren't gonna like kill each other, but I was like, okay, I could use like some sort of like pit magic. I could make like a hole on the ground
ha!
and
Make me
like,
stub my toe.
yeah, like throw stuff at you. I wasn't gonna use my bow, but I could certainly like throw a dagger. I guess that's
Absolutely.
still pretty lethal.
You know, like, take a hit, whatever. Looks like Vasilio has the advantage for now, but it's a really close duel, I gotta say.
Yeah. See, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more back and forth, or even maybe I parry something. Kind of cool like that.
Yeah, it's just, as far as the first duel, it's just straight up Kreyha overwhelmed Vasilio with her mass.
Yeah. I mean, you just got lucky that time. I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for you.
You didn't want to burn your roll of your lucky feet there. Oh, wow, that was a brutal attack.
Quite the skewering there.
Yeah, this is, Kreyha's got some ground to make up if she wants to stay in this duel.
I don't want to say spit roast because you might be insulted, but
Oh, you dare.
oh,
Block. Oh, here it is!
It's a
Vasilio moves
I
onwards!
thought it was my first victory.
That was your
Apologize, it would've
second
been so-
victory, yeah. That's
Cocky. Had I known I had one up.
Kreyha, damn.
But yeah, that's
Higher
for
hopes for her.
Nathaniel.
Losing to
Don't
Nosgoth.
write legends about this. We'll sing songs about this.
Well, you'll sing songs about it, Vasilio.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier for Vasilio, I honestly just think about what is the most ridiculous thing to say. Like, what would I just like roll my eyes at or be annoyed by somebody said? And then yeah, that's what he says.
It's amazing. I know you don't feel too invested in the character, but I love playing in a game that has Vasilio. It's so fun.
I mean, I enjoy being him, but at the same time, it's hard because he's an idiot.
And he gets to fight a computer for his next battle. We'll see how that goes.
Alrighty. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
But for now, we have.
Guess we're going to the finals.
Yeah. Your character will be in the finals this time, guaranteed. One of these two. Over down here, well, I fight myself down here too, but we have Pax versus Alfonso over here. So we're gonna
Alright,
see
well,
how
this
that
will be an
turns
interesting
out. That's Ranger v Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
We have someone who very much listens to authority versus
Somebody
a
who
dick
takes
authority.
Welcome to the
I guess. It's
authority.
Alfonso is the noble who looks down on everybody. I don't know how else to. Dick authority? I don't know. I'm reaching.
Like I was saying earlier about Alfonso, it's actually really nice having him in the group because it's good to have somebody like essentially he's very similar to how I wanted to build Nathaniel, and
Oh, true.
he actually gets to utilize it a lot more effectively because he's like dealing with humanoids. There's like weird idiotic things that are happening that are like mysterious,
soul of Haswell.
and so he's like, no, like pay attention, like fucking do it. Like he's
Oh,
to
with
be
the
very much
brick,
more, like,
right?
Robiliard, yeah. Like, what do you mean you're just ignoring it? And I'm like, because I don't care. I'm talking about it. It doesn't love me. I don't care about it. It's not hurting me. It's not hurting anyone that I like want to impress.
Want to impress. No, it's good because like we have the bard who, you know, would normally be the face or the smart guy, but you know, you're an idiot. Then we have Ren, who is the source of magical power, but he's also a new player, so it's like he's not going to drive this either. We have a dentist and a fighter, so like it's nice to have somebody who like has a tactical mind, because like normally I play tactically, but like as Kreyha, I'm like, no, she doesn't act like that. So somebody
Yeah,
else
I mean,
has to.
She's a bit of a warrior, and she's headstrong, and she just believes she'll take the bad guys with brute force or whatever. I don't know how you exactly play it, but I'm exactly with you. Like I think tactically on the player end, sitting by my screen, and then when I role play, I'm like, well, Silly is only in this for fame. I'm not gonna care to like see what this book says.
That's true.
It doesn't talk about like, you know, the great hero of the Harpers. He's probably not gonna pick it up.
Yeah. Well, Pax is actually doing really well against this magic user here. We've seen most of the mages just crush in these tournaments.
Yeah, the mages are doing very well.
Pax might be the ender of this. We'll have to see. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but damn, look at her go.
Coming in here. Recently.
Taking one off of Alfonso.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta give Pax a bit more theatrics in the next Lightning. I feel like, looking back on the session I just ran, she kind of got lost in the shower of arrows. Like, she was doing more killing than anyone, but I didn't give her the same, like, story.
She was Legolas on a wall of elves.
Essentially. Like, everybody else got, like, an illustration and, like, a story time from me. Like, where you blasted orcs and, like, fried their corpses as they're, like, running. And, like, David did, like, epic sweeps and, like, jabs and crushed people's skulls. Even Sean, like, hurled his thing and exploded.
Damn. Pax. This is, you know what? I think with this, she's definitely earned some hype next Lightning session. Maybe she needs to inspire these archers with her superior skill.
Even if I just gotta illustrate, like the thudding of her arrows, like, as it lands deep within the goblin's corpse and thuds home, driving, like, spurting blood into the air. I don't know.
I gotta say, though, how's Ark feeling seeing what Pax just did to somebody using the same moveset?
You're asking a machine if he's scared?
Yeah.
Silly question.
Can a machine feel fear?
Not in this case. Just one person?
Oh my god.
He faced down a Baylor.
That's true.
Travel across plains. He's gonna have to do better than that.
We couldn't ask for a better reaction. Next we have Beridas versus Lumarosa. Two characters I love so much.
Oh, true. Well, we'll see if he actually gets past Vasilio. Magnificent.
Yeah. So what do you think about Beridas versus Lumarosa? How do you think that would turn out?
In an actual combat scenario? If
Absolutely.
Similar level? What did we make Ark at? 8?
Yeah, I think they came in as 6s.
Okay. It'd be interesting if Beridas got the jump on anyone. I think he'd kill them. Like we talked about earlier, he's more of a Blade Master assassin.
Yeah, he has a hell of an opener.
Who would it be like? I can't even think of like a Warcraft hero that matches Lumarosa, because he got some serious magic, like, attacks. And incredible endurance. It's a lethal combination. Essentially, that was the boss at the end of Lightning 1. Like, AoE magic and endurance. And it's a fucking rough combination, because if you can just sit back and let things kill them while you're hard to fucking hit.
It's like a more extreme version of Evola when I think about it in that standpoint. Because, like, she will not be moved, and, like, has moves that, like, if she ever does take damage, just, like, reactionary damage, too, comes in. Like, Lumarosa, like, oh my god, I don't think I could conceive a more powerful character. As far as, like, dealing with hordes.
Quite good. Like, I kind of put her at a disadvantage for the first Lightning, telling her to sneak into a castle. Like, I made her go inside, I made her stealth, and, like, yeah, I took her away from, like, an outer open battlefield and made her fight, like, one-on-ones.
But, like, the second the alarms were sprung, and the first big battle happened, like, that was a hell of a moment for the whole party, frankly, but goddamn, I think, like, Gan Ning put the balls on the stairs, like the ball bearings, yeah. People started tripping down in the corner, like, into some huge AoEs that we were blasting in. Like, Norbalar handled the room, Lumarosa, Gan Ning had the choke, and, like, things just got crazy in that fight.
Yeah, like, looking back on that game, I guess, I think Lumarosa was the only reason you guys survived. You, like, 1v1 the boss.
Yeah.
I gave you that second turn, but I made you skip a turn, so, like, it all kind of came to fruition. It was lucky.
Yeah, she kind of one-shotted the boss. Because, like, her Tempest Cleric ability gives her a move where it's like, Yeah, you could just choose to max the dice roll on any lightning attack. So like upcasted a shatter, did like 50 damage AoE like twice, and like our whole party was dead.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Oh, that's so fun.
I think that was like probably her greatest moment in Lightning War. Friggin' massacre that boss and save the day, because you guys were going down otherwise. Did not
Yeah.
expect those spells to be that effective against you.
Visibility was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's coming through against Beridas now.
Beridas is more of a stealth scout assassin. So it really depends on the style of fight that they had.
Yeah, Beridas probably would have been better suited for lightning than Lumarosa was.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, he would have been really well adept at lightning episode 1. But could have led the charge pretty good, and maybe even like downed guys before battle was engaged in such a manner.
Yeah, it seems like Beridas, yeah, is like the ambush fighter, the stealth, the scout. Lumarosa wants a straight-up fight. She's used to just large-scale warfare. Oh my god, she just parried Beridas' ultimate move.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just swinging through. Like, they're clashing. Like, Beridas is on his last legs. Oh, but comes out with it! Ah, shit, I was not expecting that.
Wow. I didn't see that
Jeez.
coming either. No.
Like, he was backed against a corner. He does not want to die again. This is beautiful. I don't know what's gonna happen now. It seemed like Lumarosa was crushing, just like straight up battling. But oh, here we go again. Here's some lightning moves.
One shot.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about. Beridas has got those one shots.
he's got the burst when you don't expect it. Lumarosa consistently powerful, but Beridas has some intangibles at play here, and he might be pushing her towards another edge.
I see that.
He's buffing himself. He's going crazy. Full-on Gloomstalker. Hunter's Mark is enabled. He's coming in. He's going ham! Oh my god, he pulled another one out? Beridas.
There you go. You know, he's just like, yeah, I don't want to fight, and then he like disappears and freaking gets a drop on them.
Damn, like that. I didn't think he was gonna win that. Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's super intense. Bit of an upset, but there it is. Beridas.
Yeah,
On top.
that is fucking crazy. Yeah, well, he's like straight up one hit from death, and then bust out those two. Lumarosa's out. That's Pax is the last one from Lightning left after that. So we got representation from Teal, Lightning, and Lime in the final round here.
Oh wow, quite the
2 from Lime, which
variety.
is crazy to me because it has the least characters, I think. Wow. So now we have yeah, what I just had to go through. Yeah. Yeah, well, Beridas and Arc are from the same game, and then Vasilio is Teal and Pax is Lightning. So now we have Arc versus Vasilio. Your characters fighting each other. Do you think Vasilio even has a chance?
Well,
do you think Vasilio think that he has a chance?
He thinks he has a chance, obviously. There's no doubt about that in my mind. He believes he will win.
He always does.
Exactly. And the man's lucky. I mean, we can't count him out. But Arc is favored for sure. He actually is a character I made with like more of a min-max style in mind. I expected devastation from Tom.
We received devastation, but only Arc survived.
Exactly. So I made him a soldier and a robot.
Victories
And
in my hands.
I made Vasilio a wanderer and a musician.
Yeah, so we have a a creature forged for war and a creature forged for bars.
Exactly. Forged for pleasure or forged for fighting?
We'll see who wins.
Take your pick. Exactly.
At the very least, it appears that Vasilio is taller.
And he fears not. Neither of them fear. So there's that advantage on both ends.
Damn, this is getting down to the wire. Like, I'm pretty sure Ark's gonna win this, but what of an upset it would be if Vasilio
never know.
took it.
You can just roll those luck dice, get some crits.
Can a machine count for luck?
Accept this challenge.
I mean, he tries.
You can try.
But, no, I don't think anyone can. That's why it's the greatest feat.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And Vasilio's just coming out of the gate. He has no fear. No fear.
Oh, you even put like the full tag of Arc in there, eh? M Arc.
I did, yeah. Figured I'd put his full designation in there. You thought of it, so might as well honor it. Oh, fuck, Vasilio has no qualms.
I thought that was a little bit appropriate as a robot who's forged for war. He doesn't actually have the name Arc. That's like a nickname he took from his designation.
Yeah. Oh, he's going full Nova right now, Arc. He's got multiple elements there. He's got the fire and the frost, but Vasilio is just straighten up dueling them right now.
Gotta bring it
It's
back.
hard to even see what's going on. Like, Vasilio is doing really well.
Does he have the same style as Pax with the rapier?
No, it's Vasilio's got Raphael's rapier and Pax has Amy's rapier.
Okay.
Similar.
Yeah. Oh, just a tough fight here.
I guess it could be a preview. Oh my god, Vasilio! Arc is blocking. This is it!
Oh, it's over.
Wow!
I think
And
the full designation I
handily.
gave for Arc was Military Advanced Reconnaissance Combat Unit 4. Something like that. I just wanted to spell Arc in there.
Yeah.
Before and after.
Form after function, right?
Get a prefix and a suffix on there, please.
Damn. I'm surprised that Vasilio just won that so handily like that. After seeing what Evola did to the last bracket, I was expecting Arc to do the same, but
Yeah,
Vasilio, how do you feel?
Really hasn't stopped winning, so.
Yeah, that's true. He killed Cross, killed Kreyha, they just beat Arc,
Well,
and
I mean,
wow.
I'd say I'm surprised, but the man is lucky. Like I said.
Yeah, true say. The man is lucky. Alright, so we have Pax versus Beridas next. These are from two different campaigns, but technically both crew members of the Lightning airship. How do you think Pax feels about Beridas? That comes down to rank, right?
Was I mean, at the end of the day, that's what Pax respects and cares about the most. So yeah, I mean, she probably doesn't have a ton of respect for Beridas yet, but she doesn't really know him either.
Yeah, Pax is a lot more of a mainstay in the Lightning crew for sure. Her backstory, I think she was one of the longest members.
That's what we were talking about at the beginning there. One of the few that have been there for like quite a while. Essentially, grew up there. I want to say. I don't have her backstory like there, but she's like kind of always been part of this crew. And then Beridas is. We'll see if he gets more of a spotlight in the coming days. Than actually shown up in Lightning. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I look forward to seeing what he's up to here.
But
and we'll see. We'll see if he can best Paxis in a fight here.
It's an interesting character because like, he's yours, right? By nature, by design, and so like it's weird for me to take control of anybody else's creations. I mean, as DM, you could always take liberties with things and like add things, but to like recreate a character that died is, I don't know. I didn't know if it was crossing a line when I decided to do it.
No, he is your character now.
Softballed it into you, the idea, and like,
I love it.
Didn't play on it. But I do have like premises and concepts for him being like a main character in like an episode of Lightning.
Fuck, I look forward to seeing that then.
Like, you know, maybe he needs a heart or something.
What, a Wizard of Oz?
Super prelim idea.
He what Beridas really needs is the It's the admiration of the common man.
Well,
He wants to be a leader
definitely
deep
is
down. With more respect than the politicians that have scorned him in the past.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely something you could say.
Holy shit, what just happened?
Quickly turn around.
Did Beridas just
Beridas is
explode?
Quite the sneaky motherfucker, yeah.
I was not expecting. Look at that! Holy shit!
An intense finish.
I didn't know about that move. Pax is on her back leg. No, she defeated Alfonso, but we'll see if she can defeat Beridas. It could be a
for this entire tournament.
yeah. I didn't expect what he's done so far. It's either going to be a battle of the rapiers in the end, or Beridas with another upset. Oh, this is going to be rough.
I wouldn't count him out. That Siegfried style is tough.
It is, yeah. Well, it didn't serve Tall Papa, but I guess Beridas was the one to defeat Tall Papa.
That's true. It was quite the clash, actually, in Tall Papa.
Yeah. Well, it's going to come down to the wire here.
Yeah, I think I remade Beridas as Recon Warforged.
Which
So
is
he has,
ideal.
like, extra speed in his movement. Yeah, he doesn't sleep or eat anymore. And then he gains, like, super swift movement if he moves by himself across long distances.
It's just really leaned into his playstyle.
Basically,
You missed
when I
Beridas.
saw that combination of, like, making a class, I, like, knew about it when I was creating art, and I was like, that'd be a really cool style, but it doesn't really...
Doesn't work
like-
for a wizard.
Not overly. Like, there was another style of Eberron called Envoy.
Wow, Beridas is on his back foot right now. This might be the end of him.
Pax is a fierce competitor. Not rapier.
Oh, shit, there it is!
Gen 2.
Pax.
Generation of the Rapiers.
Claim victory.
Yeah, apparently. This has been crazy to see.
You realize what you have once
This is
you found
fucking wow. Pax versus Vasilio.
I'm not surprised.
are you speaking as Vasilio right now?
I tend to embody him when we talk about him.
Yeah, you're basically the same as the man.
I guess.
Beautiful.
If you're saying I'm magnificent and awesome and skilled, then yes, I suppose.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a weird class picking a bard in D&D. Being like, yeah, I play a musical instrument and I cast magic through it, but
You make it work.
yeah, no, it's actually a super fun one as well. So it really is the true red mage. You can just keep being bard and then really aim at something else. Like right now, Vasilio is more of a martial fighter than any sort of spellcaster.
Yeah, mostly using his bow, right?
Yeah, bow, like he has a couple daggers and a couple short swords, and like really, and mix it up.
Welcome to the stage
Give
of
variety
history
and-
retold.
Like, it's super fun.
Yeah, bards are really fun. I
Mhm.
enjoyed playing Cross as a bard, and if Xavius ever falls, I got a bard waiting in the wings for him too, because they are super fun to play.
Mhm.
Like they're not as like raw power as wizards, but you know they do have that the jack of all trades about them that is just super compelling to play.
Mhm. You're gonna have to ask Tara if she has a pet for Pax. She's a ranger, right? Like,
Soul of Raphael.
That's true. Yeah, she's not a Beastmaster Ranger, right?
Victory's in my
do they
hands.
like? Do they have to have that to get a pet?
Well, the Beastmaster is the one that gets to fight with their pet, but I guess you can always have like an RP pet as a ranger. Like, why not, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that'll be her next magic item upgrade thing.
There it is.
Give her like one of their figurine. Quite the same, obviously.
Like a Guinevere, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
So here it is. This is going to be the Battle of the Rapiers. It's going to be Pax
do it.
versus Vasilio. This is going to be the long career mercenary answering to authority versus the man who respects none.
I don't know if I've mentioned this in the game yet, but I keep forgetting if I haven't. He wants to eventually be a harper.
Oh, he's heard of them. That would be hype.
Like,
Maybe he'll link up with Xavius.
Maybe.
The winds fan the flames of
I wasn't even thinking
warriors
about that. I
fighting
was just thinking
spirits.
like, that's who we
Let's
should
get this
emulate.
fight started.
Like
I'm
part
sure.
of this backstory that I wrote in
Accept this
was like
challenge.
he essentially emulates
Battle 1.
like a long ago hero, and that's why he wants to be a hero now.
That would be interesting to try to join the Harpers, but all of a sudden, like, the Harpers are like, yo, you can't talk about your exploits with us. We're incognito. What kind of, like, question of, like, existential crisis would that give Vasilio, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you know about the magical item David gave me, but
I-
he gave me
a little
something
bit.
very similar to the brick.
It talks to you, right?
It does, yeah.
Goads you along.
Yeah, it tells me like I'm awesome, and it gives me advantage on like any boasting.
It tells you you're awesome. You know, it's funny. When I played a bard in David's game, I got a magical crossbow with a sentience as well, except it mocked me.
Oh,
It was just like every time it missed, it was like, "Ah, you fucked up," and every time it hit, it was like, "Yeah, it's because of me." It was like it was hilarious.
amazing.
We have like Vasilio was really the opposite of Cross.
Your last breath.
that's too funny. I had no idea. That's,
You should watch that one. That's really
yeah,
fucking. Pax though is on the forefront of aggression here. Vasilio is not sure how to handle this skilled warrior.
that's okay. Lady Timora will smile upon him. Roll them luck dice, my friend.
Here it is. Let's
You
get the
get-
reroll.
Let's go. Up and win.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
up.
Oh my
What-
god! This is crazy!
No. Up you get. There you go.
There it is.
Block.
Let's
nice.
let's get those
Oh,
stars
oh, oh.
back here. Oh, here's the clash. Can you do it? He does it!
Ooh,
Damn though.
the low, her in the-
Whoa!
We're done.
That's it. That's
Nope.
Paxis.
And
Games and match.
Fucking Paxis with the Gen 2 championship.
Victory
Yep.
starts with the heart.
One in the day.
He would be a member of Lightning. That is a powerful crew.
I really enjoy it, and one of these days I will just kill you all by mistake. It's truly hard to gauge what's an appropriate challenge now.
You almost did in the first session.
Yeah.
You
I
almost
know.
did.
And like now that we're into episode 2, I've like grown to love you, so I don't want to necessarily do that. But
Well, I'm sure if you did
I'll
kill
show
us
you
all, it's gonna be Pax that survives.
yeah,
She's gonna
most
call a
likely.
Griffin and she's gonna get out, and she's gonna be the founder of the next Lightning crew.
It
She's
makes
best
sense.
at
She's the
everybody.
only one with like a ranged weapon now.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna
very
be
true.
like you going in after Felix and Tall Papa, and then Pax
Oh.
being like, "Oh crap."
This is Fubar. This is Fubar.
Yeah, no, that was a good tournament. Brava.
Damn.
Good job, Pax.
Paxis. I'm surprised with the results of all of this. This is damn. Well, I guess it's too vain to say that neither of our characters won either one, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, that's a.
Yeah, wow though.
If we were to put our characters onto the battlefield and make them duel, our guys probably wouldn't come out on top. We tend
Probably
to
not.
dabble in too many things.
And we have
Whereas,
these
like, other people
focused
are like,
range
yeah.
fighters that are just crushing right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now look at that. We got Lime securing third place.
What's the rankings run at here? So we got Arc and Beridas.
Look at
Okay.
that.
2 teals in second place. That's crazy.
Or Limes are in third place there, yeah. Teal will
Yeah.
be second place here. The worthy adversary,
Okay.
Vasilio. That'll be his footnote in history. A worthy adversary to the mercenary band of the Eternal,
hmm
where he was felled. Damn, Paxis though. That's hype. That's hype.
Yeah, no, that
Well,
was good.
Well, thanks for running this with me, Nick. That's gonna conclude the Gen 2 tournament. Maybe we'll come up with another 16 characters eventually and do another one of these.
enough.
We'll see how she goes.
Yeah, man. No, it was fun. It went by a lot quicker than I expected. When you said like 2 or 3 hours, like, oh, I don't know if I could like sit still for that long. But
Yeah.
you know,
Just chilling.
if you drink some me and we can talk about D&D all night, would seem.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking kudos to PAX.
Yeah. Really glad you guys like lightning. Like I kind of like just love the concept that I've made this little like floating utopia for heroes now.
It's a great premise for
Yeah.
what lightning is. Just one battle to the next.
Yeah, right. Like I can just basically teleport you guys between with no holes in the story because you guys flew there on a ship. Like in my mind, now I can go forward and make full and in-depth D&D scenarios without sacrificing parts of the story as to why you're there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, we took a job, you know. We have as much verisimilitude as the battle, but, like, that's the expectation going in.
Yeah. Right, like, if you guys
So it
wanted to be
works.
like, we
It's a battle
retreat,
simulator.
you know, that's fine.
We
But I
don't
also
get
like the
paid,
idea,
but the session ends pretty soon if we do that.
yeah, right? If you don't want to fight, then you don't really want to play the game, and talk to you later.
Yeah.
Right, like, this is all I got for you.
All
But
right.
in a regular D&D, you can be like, okay, we retreat and we go do something else. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, we'll
whip
figure
that up
it out.
for you. That's part of the game, and that's kind of the beauty of it. But at the same time, it also takes away from like how in depth you can make parts of it and how much effort you can stick into it.
Absolutely.
Like, for blue, I've never really thought about upgrading the battlefield tactics to make the one fight more significant. I've always just thought about the storytelling.
And I think that's a good spot to be in for a long-running campaign, because it's really about how the players play the characters, right?
Yeah, like I've more of just put things in front of you and let you guys fight it out and make it interesting. Like I've put scenarios in front of you that are perplexing per se, but for the most part I've just played by the basic rules and it's fun.
Yeah.
But for lightning, I'm like, how can I like mix this up a bit? How can I make it go quicker per se, or add something extra that makes that much more epic because it's just got this one fight.
Man,
I
epic
really-
fight it is.
The story is all done. I don't have to consider that. Really, I just got to make this fight like illustrated and epic. So it opens me up to different things.
Well, mission success on that. I'm gonna wrap up the video with that, I think, and we can keep jamming otherwise. But
Yeah, man.
damn, PAX hype. We'll have to have Taro watch this jam.
Mhm.
No spoilers.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm gonna end it off here.
Sounds good.